Wole Soyinka is Africa's first Nobel Prize winner in literature. Now, which kind of man would actually be risking exile and prison just for the sake of speaking the truth? Hi, welcome to another story time with Gladys. In this video, I am going to tell you the story of Wole Soyinka, who is Africa's first Nobel Prize. He won in literature. So this man is a man that didn't just write stories, but he fought battles even with his words, and also a powerful but fearless story of this man. In the early life of this man, Wole Soyinka was born on July 13, 1934 in Abeokuta. He grew up in a disciplined but intellectually rich home. I'm not just going to tell you the story of Soyinka, but I'm going to tell you about his father. The father of this man was a school headmaster, and his mother was a woman famously called White Christian, who was fearless activist who resisted colonial rule. These people are heroes. From the childhood of Soyinka, he was surrounded with books, he was surrounded with political discussions, he was surrounded with strong morals. Soyinka is not just a man, but this really shaped his bold personality and deep thinking. Now, look at a man who was surrounded with books, political matters. Why won't his life be shaped? This shaped his life. His education life, a mind that refused to be limited, a mind that refused limits. And this Soyinka man studied at a university, College Ibadan. He's not just a man, but a university of Leeds. He studied in a good university. In England, he didn't just study literature, but he mastered literature. A man so good in literature and even won some things in Africa. Soyinka is also he's also got involved in theater, where his creativity began to explode. So this is actually going to give you a room to picture your career outside the box. Picture your career outside what you think it is. I'm a fashion designer. I deal on ladies' outfits. I design t-shirt, two-piece, gown, shirts, and many other things. I am also a coach in digital marketing. If you want to learn about digital marketing, send me a direct message with my number on my channel. I'm going to teach you all you need to know about digital marketing. I am not just a coach. I also run adverts for brand. If your business is having setbacks, don't worry. When you come to my inbox, we will discuss how to build your business and take it to the eyes of people who have interest in buying your products. Soyinka is a man. Some of his famous works were Dance of the Forest. This man invested his time into writing. He's a man that some of his works talks about the lion and the jewel, the birth of a king, the death and the king's horseman. These are some of the works he created. So he's not just a man. His writing style is none second to none. You can't even compare. Deep, symbolic, and fearless. He didn't just write, but he also invested into confronting power. He didn't write to entertain alone. He confronted power. The story of Soyinka is one that gives you that vision. It gives you the courage to face whatever that comes your way and speak the truth. Soyinka is one of the people that wasn't just a writer, but he was a fighter for justice. Soyinka, during the Nigerian Civil War, he tried to promote peace between opposing sides, but the government saw him as a threat. He didn't just write, but he's a man who speaks justice and also works for truth. He was arrested and locked in a solitary confinement for about 22 months, just like Nnamdi Kanu has been locked up in the prison for months now, though talks are still going on about Nnamdi Kanu. But somehow, I think there is similarity between Wole Soyinka and Nnamdi Kanu. Imagine this: no human contact, no proper food, no freedom. Yes, even in prison, Soyinka kept writing. No escape, no scraps of paper, but he kept on writing. There was prison pain. There was prison pain and power. Soyinka, even in the prison, his experiences produced one of the most powerful works, The Man Died. The book exposed brutality of the system and showed his unbreakable spirit. Even in the prison, his gifts couldn't even hide. He couldn't even stop writing, he couldn't even stop speaking the truth. Most people would be silenced because they were stopped in the prison, because they were stalked. most people would be silenced and they would stop their career. Soyinka became even more louder, even as he was in prison. He didn't even stop his career. Now, he made history. He's not just a writer. In 1986, Wole Soyinka achieved something that no African had ever done. As of then, he won the Nobel Prize in Literature. He's a man who built, even as he was taught and he was kept in a place that was no proper food, no proper care, no proper paper to write. He still didn't give up on his dreams. He was awarded by the Swedish Academy. He became the first African man to receive honor in literature. He created history. History that even generations are going to remember. This wasn't just a personal win. It is a victory for Africa's voice on the global stage. That is big. That was why in the beginning of this story, I told you, this is a man who has won prizes. African Nobel Prince. He's not just a writer, but a noble man. Soyinka's activism didn't just stop. During the military rule in Nigeria, he criticized the government openly. This made him a target again. Yes, he was forced into exile to save his life. Seriously. But even outside Nigeria, he continued speaking and he spoke for justice. He speaks against injustice. He supported democracy. He inspired the young Africans at that time. Now, Soyinka left legacy. He built legacy. He built influence. Wole Soyinka today is more than a writer. He is a man of a symbol of courage. He's a man who has built a legacy, a voice of truth. He built a legacy that will last for generations. He's a defender of justice. If you haven't learned anything from this story, learn to speak the truth. The truth, even when it hurts. I've come to the end of this story. What do you think you learned? Do you think you can be like Wole Soyinka? Tell me what you think in the comment section. I am a fashion designer. If you need my services, kindly send me a direct message with my number on my channel. See you guys in my next episode. Subscribe.